Hi, good morning or afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. Hi, I'm Tyra Butler, licensed marriage and family therapist and the early career clinician coach. I've been doing a little series on fun facts of working in a private or group practice while you're pre or provisionally licensed. And I wanted to start out promoting my revised online course, How to Get into a Private or Group Practice While You're Pre or Provisionally Licensed, a step by step guide to grow your caseload and hit the ground running. I have revised and updated, added to my online course from the first round of students that took the course. They gave me all kinds of feedback, and so I have revamped it. And in letting you guys know about that, educating you on it, and promoting it, I wanted to share fun facts that I have experienced firsthand, working for several years as a pre-licensed therapist in private practice. And so I wanted to personalize it too, because what I found that really benefited me and reasons that actually kept me motivated, kept me going when there were a little bit of downtimes or obstacles along the way. The facts of the matter, the benefits of working in a private practice while I was pre-licensed, those benefits are really the meat of what kept me motivated and going. And so I'm breaking it all down for you because I think too many pre-licensed counselors and therapists don't realize the benefits to working in a private or group practice. And so if you don't know what benefit it can be in your life for you, then how do you know what decision to make? How do you decide whether it's the right path for you or not? And I want to point out my painting back here of a pathway, because truly, this is my therapy chair that I'm sitting in here. In about an hour, I'll be seeing a few clients in a row. And this is the picture, I have behind me, because we're all on a path, we're all on a journey, whether we're the therapist or we're the client. And I want to help you figure out how to make the best decision possible on whether being in a private or group practice is for you. And so some of the facts I've been breaking down for you. The first one is that you literally can sleep in and make your own hours. So this morning, for instance, I slept until just about 7. I got to naturally wake up on my own after having a full night's sleep. Didn't have to wake up to an alarm, though I have one set just in case I do oversleep. And that allows me to have a full night's rest, to be able to wake up unhurried and able to start my morning the way that I like to, the way that I need to, even for my own self-care and my family. So I have time and I have freedom within that time to fit in what I need to do for my day, for myself, for my own well-being and my family's well-being. And so there's just nothing that I think beats being able to sleep in, or at least be able to sleep enough where you're getting the adequate amount of sleep. Because, and let's face it, in a lot of the positions that are available out there for pre-licensed therapists, they're very early, or they're just incredibly long-winded hours that are not conducive to really being able to take care of yourself very well, including getting enough sleep, which is so vital. And then the second fun fact that I was sharing is that you have control over your schedule. So along with being able to sleep in and have adequate time for self-care, you really get to choose when you work and when you don't. And this is probably, for a lot of you, probably one of the top benefits, because when we go out into traineeships and then post-graduation, so many of the jobs are about fitting and molding into all of their requirements, all of what they're needing from you. And that includes your schedule. That includes so much of your time and your availability and your energy. And so quite often what happens is a lot of pre and provisionally licensed therapists end up getting into these positions that are incredibly taxing. You're getting overworked. there's so much paperwork, and sometimes you're not even getting paid for the hours that you're spending doing the paperwork. And so you're overworked, overtired, and it's incredibly draining and taxing. And for some people, it gets to be that way, so much so that they get burnout. Some people give up on the career in the field altogether. And it's so unfortunate, because there is potentially another path, and that other path is private practice or group practice. Depending on where you're at, what state you're in, and also your geographical area, what private practices and group practices are available in your area. But they are there, and a lot of it is a key to it is being able to find those sites too. So, but first of all, just knowing if it's legal and ethical in your state, that's where you can find that out from your licensing board website or a professional association that supports your license status. They'll definitely be able to let you know if working in a private or group practice is legal and ethical. So the second fun fact, control of your schedule, as long as you're available for your clients. So if you have a 2 to 6 time frame one day that you're available, you have a 9 to 2 time frame on another day, you would be surprised at how easy it can be to fill those time slots with clients. Once you get enough client inquiries, which I teach you how to do and how to get in the course, once you start to get those client inquiries, it is easy to fit them in with your availability. If you have a minimum of a couple of days or just a few time slots, it is possible. So, and I teach you and show you how to do that. It's quite amazing at the amount of clients a caseload that you can grow in a limited amount of time. You may have another part-time or full-time job and you can work your private practice or your group practice position. You can work that around other jobs and positions, and also around your family. If you're, say you're primarily a stay-at-home mom or dad, working in a private or group practice is ideal because you can work that around other obligations. So that's fun fact 2, control over your schedule. Even right now, to give you another example of beyond just being able to sleep in for me this morning, I managed to get my 3.5-year-old daughter into preschool. So she's there from about 8:30 to 9 till 12:30. And I managed to be able to fit in my work within this time frame, this 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. time frame, just this day, because it works with my family's schedule. So she can go off and be in preschool for 4-ish hours in the morning today, and then I'm able to get my work done, and then I'm home with her the rest of the day. So it really works out ideal for me in our family situation right now. And family situations, continually flux and change as kids, move from different developmental stages in terms of the amount of time and, need that they have from their parents. So working in a private or group practice allows the flexibility and the freedom for that to ebb and flow, as your family's needs ebb and flow too. So it's a huge perk. And then lastly, working with high functioning clients is another fun fact and benefit, because a lot of the positions that you find out there when you're or provisionally licensed are working with more of the severe mentally, disabled or challenged, those severe diagnoses that fall under the categories, of psychosis or psychotic or actively suicidal, more severe conditions that, they're either requiring hospitalization, or they're just they're in and out of hospitalization situations, or they're just a step down from that, but not, very high functioning, not the people that we see in our communities in private practice. So a benefit of working in a private or group practice is that you get to be able to see more high functioning clients with issues that are more representative of the challenges and the issues that are representative of the people in our community. So you see more of the, generalized anxiety, depression type symptomatic clients, relational issues, couples challenges, family problems, all those kinds of issues fall under working in a private or group practice. You're not going to tend to see a lot of those issues, but except maybe on the more severe spectrum, working in an agency or community mental health. So if you plan to one day be in private practice once you're licensed, starting early as possible actually is ideal, because that's going to be part of your training. Even the clinical part of it, the clinical aspect of the training, the experience that you're getting as you work in a private or group practice when you're pre-licensed, you're getting the training to know what these issues look like, how they play out with different personalities and different people, what works for this type of personality, what doesn't work, understanding attachment issues. All of that can be delved into and worked on, and you can finesse those skills and that training while you're working. That's really the beauty of how it happens, is you're working and you're making a living working, and you're learning and you're expanding and advancing your clinical skills at the same time. So when you're working in a private or group practice while you're pre-licensed, you're gaining both business skills and training in terms of how you run and grow a practice to have your own caseload one day and have your own practice. And then you're also learning clinically how to work with a clientele in private practice and the issues that you see day in and day out with clients in your community. And so you're advancing and you're moving forward with how well you work with clients in the community and those issues. So therefore, by the time you're licensed, you're so much more advanced and you're so much more effective. So those are just a few of the fun facts and benefits to working in private practice, and starting when you're pre or provisionally licensed is ideal. And those are just a few reasons why. So I'm excited to share more with you, and stay tuned.